Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the E-Line podcast. I am your host, Mark Rose. And we have our co-host, Ellie. Hello, Ellie. How are you today?
Yeah.
Doing very well.
And then we have our special guest, Swank. I've been,
Woo!
we're being silly already. So Swank, first to start off, I want to introduce you to everyone. Swank is a Greenville, South Carolina-based artist. She does music. She's a rapper. And first of all, what do you like to be referred to, artist wise? Do you like to be called like a music artist, a rapper,
Preferably, yeah, like a recording artist or a music
recording
artist.
artist,
Yeah.
a music artist? Okay, say it to the people in the back so they know.
Okay, period. Yeah, because the
Right.
title of rapper.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify even more, and I wanted you to say that so everyone can hear you say that because I feel like I don't know, in the world right now in the industry, there's like rappers, recording artists, this, that, and the third, and there are so many stigmas behind the word
Attached to it.
rapper.
Yeah.
So I like to make sure that I clarify that with, any artist. But overall, you're an artist. But
I appreciate
how are you today?
appreciate it. I wow, if I could like get my stand to stay where it's supposed to.
Good.
I'm great, actually. I
Great.
woke up feeling blessed. Yeah.
Bless. Love that.
For real. I
Yes.
hope everyone else is all right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful evening.
Yes. Beautiful. Before we started, I was telling you I love the red, the braids, everything on
Thank you.
you. But okay, everyone. So we're gonna talk about the latest project. So it's the Mood Tape Volume 1. So how did this come alive?
Y'all, would y'all believe me if I said I made that like whole tape on my phone?
What?
On your
I
phone?
Oh,
I
you're
made the tape on my phone. I
no.
it was like really a collection of songs that I had
Mhm.
been making over a period of time, but I just didn't have. I don't know. I didn't feel the urge to put them out, so to speak. Like I was the type of person that was making music like for me and my homegirls and shit to listen to in the
Mhm.
Right.
car or like while we're getting ready and stuff, and for them to be like, "Oh man, this is hard. Like you should put this out." And I was just like, I don't really, care for the attention and whatnot. But like they convinced me after some time to be like, just release it. So I did, and that's what Moon Tape was.
That is dope. And I feel like that's some of the best music. The fact that you were just making it
Um,
for you and your homegirls and people around you to just live, laugh, love, just have a good time, enjoy the music and the craft. And that's what it's about. Uh,
Right.
so how long, like, how old were you when you started recording?
oh, I didn't like professionally start recording until around like 2016, 2017. But like I've always been an entertainer, so to speak. Like I was the theater kid. I was in all the plays. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Okay.
danced. I did ballet for a little bit. Like yeah, I was into always into being into some type of production for entertainment. And I went to school for journalism, like mass communication and whatnot. So I always been like in front of the camera or in front of a mic, so to speak. But I never thought about doing music until I got to college for real.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. So is acting in your future? Do you want to act?
Yes. I was
Yes.
gonna pull in my mind. I was gonna pull the reverse Drake. I was like, okay, people know me off of music first. Then when I get my foot in the door, I'm gonna be like, all right, boom, now you finna see me on screen.
Uh, oh, wow.
Yeah,
I love that. I never knew that about your background with theater, the arts, entertainment. I knew the music, but because we met you 2 years ago at a show, and I will say when you got on that stage,
It
your
just
energy just blew me
Mhm.
away, to be honest. I was like, this girl is a star. Her energy, I was just hyped because I love music. So if it's a vibe, it's a tune, you have some good lyrics, I feel the energy, bam. But when you got on stage, it was just, I don't know, I just felt good and you hyped me up. Like I was hyped, but you really hyped me up even more.
That's the goal. That makes me so happy to hear. Y'all don't understand. Yeah, that's literally all I am. That's what I do it for. Like,
Yeah.
it's it's energy for me. Like it's all about energy. Like music, of course, is the transmission of energy. So that's like that
Mhm.
was how I was able to like find my comfort in being like, okay, like how I am as a person, like I could make people feel that just by like making sounds. You feel me? Like people are going to vibe to my inner thoughts and like how I feel on a day to day. Like there's nothing doper than that to me. That's where I get the most joy is performing for real. Like the process of recording and whatnot, like school, I have a great time. But like when I actually get a mic in my hand in front of people that have listened to me and they can relate and they share that same energy, like that's when I ascend for real. Like I live for that shit.
So have you performed recently, like your latest project?
No, my most recent project it's more so of like a I was really gonna surprise people because I haven't even announced for real that I'm dropping. Like the whole rollout was going to be done like a week before the actual release and whatnot. So yeah,
Oh my
surprise.
gosh. It's
Yeah.
a lot. We're just learning so much. Just learning so much about you. Um, so I know you have something that you're gonna like that we talked about before we started the interview, but first I want to ask you, are you a Virgo?
No, I'm a Leo.
Oh,
What's
you're
a Leo?
a Leo?
It's
Hmm.
Okay.
kind of
No, and I asked this because I was listening to your song Link and you mentioned something about a Virgo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Had a
what's your favorite
situation.
song? What's your favorite song off the project?
uh, Probably Designer Dreams, personally.
Yeah,
I love Designer Dreams.
that's my favorite.
yeah, me too.
I
For
see.
real?
That's the one the
Y'all
bump.
get it.
Yeah.
See?
Well, because I see that everyone, like a lot of people, like acquired taste, which the whole project number one is great. But with Designer Dreams, I felt you. I felt your energy. I felt your soul. I felt you when you were recording that. I felt everything. Like when I listened to that song, I listened to it like a lot, to be honest. Like I listened to it
That's
a
it.
lot, and it really gets me in a good mode. Like if I feel like I need to listen to something when I'm really kind of like in a mood, not like in a bad mood, but like I'm like focused or like I really just need to be like get something to like be like, this is to get me
Like,
together.
fact.
I'll put that on, and it
Same.
just makes me like I just feel like on another level.
It's the pregame.
Exactly. That's yeah, 'cause we
Yeah,
ain't
it's
got
like
no friends in
crazy.
this shit, man.
But also you're spitting and you're speaking about your life, and I love that. Like you're not just putting words together. I can tell.
Making words
Like,
wrong. Yeah.
yeah.
That shit is good. I'm glad. I love
Hmm.
when the point is received. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Because
it.
I was listening to the tape the other day. Everything I was like, okay, let me revisit this before we catch up, so I can really see if my like opinion changed. And no, it's the same. It stayed the same. But I love everything. I loved your video. Was that for how do you pronounce it? Vinyans?
Oh, Vipassana.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, Vipassana.
Yeah, yeah.
I I really wanted to. I wanted to be able to shoot a video for like every song on the tape, but
Hmm.
the way my mind work and my resources work, it just didn't align that way. I still plan on shooting more videos though for that tape, but now that I'm in motion with another project, I kind of got to redirect my attention and focus on that. But I feel like everything's gonna come together collectively how it should once it's all said and done.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I would like to see more visual, especially to designer. But I think that because you only did Acquired Taste, didn't you?
No, I didn't shoot any videos except for Link for
Yeah,
that
Link
tape.
was the video.
Link. Link is the video
Yeah.
where you're out there, we have the hair long and everything like
It was
that.
Hmm.
Okay. So you okay, yeah. So like maybe like this I like that when artists kind of like revisit something from the past that fans have cared
Yeah.
about. So what are you
It,
going to when with this project, is it going to connect to this last one? Like be a continuation, or is it something
in
like
a in a way, but not really. So like I just told y'all that first one, that was really just me like
Yeah.
making songs on my phone, like, having fun, not trying to put too much pressure on it, but still like trying to create a piece of work that people would respect and, play back.
Hmm.
With this one, it's more so me diving a little more deeper into why I am how I am and
Hmm.
like how how my journey contributed to me being this way essentially. So like it's it get a little deeper. You feel me? And then it's also recorded in an actual studio opposed to on my phone. So it's like more elements of it that are, I guess, of better quality, so to speak. But I'm all for the just raw, uncut, type of shit. Like that's just can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Do
Yeah,
you?
but I'm more so a fan of like the underground and things that are just like raw and like untouched, basically. So it has been that in itself. Creating this album has been a transition for me too, because it's like forced me to be like, all right, like I have to, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, like really like lock in these. I can't just be pulling beats off of YouTube and then telling the person like I got you. Like it's like these are your beats. You have to like it's a whole different process when it comes to, I guess, doing things by the book, so to speak. So this album is by the book.
Okay, that's
That'll
nice.
be the difference. Yeah.
Well,
Love a good role.
because I didn't realize that. I assumed you were in the studio for the last project. So that's
Man,
amazing.
I was in my car like this with all the windows up, and then I just sent them to my engineer
Can you
when
give
I
us
picked
like
it.
a little summary on your background, whatever you want to share? Because I feel like when I was listening to the project, you were sharing a few things, and I'd rather you just share what you want to share.
Depends on what
Like,
you
like,
want to know. I
yeah,
mean,
if there was, like,
generally,
okay, so there was like a lyric about like like your neighbors and
being on meth.
yeah, being on meth and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
So
Memphis.
yeah,
It was that was a tidbit. That was a piece. And I didn't want to like come off like I just had the worst childhood ever and I was just like
no,
dirt poor and everything was like it didn't come off like that. Okay, cuz
no, it didn't come off like you had the worst childhood.
okay.
I felt like you were just speaking on a
I can
little like
go
you
around
were
the
taking a
corner.
stance.
Yeah, like niggas was broke. Don't nobody want to be broke. This shit's disgusting. Like so when I around that time, like the parts that I can remember, it was I spoke on that experience because that was what made me like flip the switch in my head, like, all right, you're not going through this no more. You feel me? My kid's not gonna go through this. I'm not gonna go through this. Like, fuck that. So I gotta up it. Like when
Mhm.
I was how old was I want to say I was in like middle school. I had just got to middle school when my parents divorced. My father is from Cameroon, Africa. And so when he married my mother, he was able to get his his citizenship here. So we were living in Atlanta for a while, and that's when my brother was born. I have a little brother who was born in '01. And then they might have been together for like 2, 3 years before I guess they realized it wasn't gonna work out. And by that time we were living in Greenville. And so after they separated, my mom was basically a single mother. We had a very strong support system as far as my grandparents and my aunt and everyone goes, but it was really just us. So with that, it was a little bit of a struggle. You feel me? Like I
Mhm.
can't say that I had the absolute worst life. I always had a roof over my head or whatever, but definitely did have to go without sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So with that experience, it just made me want to go harder. Like I've been working since I was 15, like on paper, like shit. Like as soon as I was able to get a job, I got a job. And then I ain't just had one, I had multiple. You feel me? So like that with school and everything, like I just always had to I always felt like I had to go like extra, extra hard to get out of a position that I never really put myself in. Like I just kind of was born into it type shit. So yeah. And then yeah, when I got to school, I didn't have any jobs. Like I had to focus completely on school. So I was kind of like, damn, like I've never had this much time on my hands. And I was angry too. So I was like, bro, I need a way of expressing myself with all this stress. So that's when I started making music. Like it really began as an outlet. And I just said I have not stopped it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful because you went to school for journalism.
Journalism. I have a major in mass communications, minor in African American studies.
What? That is so cool. And I
I
feel
was
like
supposed to be on the news.
I love this because I feel like
Yeah.
right now, like in the industry, I feel like a lot of artists are doing like a lot of journalism, like podcasts, interviewing people, this, that, and the third. So I feel like you have degrees for it. So you can actually do this eventually at some point, maybe if you still want to branch.
Copy that. I
Okay.
did not graduate. I don't have a degree. I
Oh,
went, yeah, I went, I
well,
went for 2 years and I had to drop out.
Well,
family
you
stuff.
well, you studied. I'm sure you learned a lot. Learned
Yeah,
a lot. You studied, you learned a
I
lot.
was there.
You were there. So there we go. Um, what do you have any favorite artists?
Oh gosh, I have so many. I'm the worst. Don't ask me who is the favorite. I'm the worst person to ask this question. I would sit here and name people all day.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
have. It's different, yeah, because I take like I'm very appreciative of different styles and like how people choose to, express themselves. So like I'll like take different parts of different people to accumulate like a super artist if I could. But they're all like super artists in their own way. So I can,
Give
you know what I'm
us your
saying?
Mount Rushmore.
One more time.
Your Mount Rushmore, your top four that would define you. Like in a mixing pot, it's you. That this is like these are the pieces that create you. Who are the top four that you're like, okay, well, effortlessly, I need these one. If it's gonna Swink's gonna be the brew, if Swink's gonna be the final entree, who is it? Who are the top four that are just like you can't go without?
Okay. So I always have to pay my respects with DJ Quick.
Okay.
He, yes, he is like he's the prototype for me. Like as far as an artist, like coming up, he was all I listened to. So DJ Quick for sure. Then, gosh, I can't feel like many people. DJ Quick, y'all gonna laugh at me, but like Soldier Boy is very important to me. He's
What?
a very important man. Yes, like his influence and just like the way that he did the same shit that I did, but just
yeah,
before everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he woke up one day and was like, bro, I'm finna just do this shit. And he did the shit and made everybody else do the shit after he did the shit. Like
it's true.
that nigga's amazing influence off top. Like as far as sound, I don't feel like I sound like her to be honest, but her way of expression is super influential, and I don't think that I would have really had maybe the courage that I did when I first started if I wasn't listening to her around the time. So I'm gonna say Rico Nasty.
Oh, I can see
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
think you can
Rico
say I
Nasty.
told you that. Yeah, that's
And
nice.
shit, to
And
be real, Liddy. Cause if it wasn't for Liddy for real, I wouldn't even put nothing out. She was one of the homegirls that was just like, man, drop that shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh,
y'all know Liddy, right? Liddy
yeah,
Baton, yeah.
that's the one who was. She was in Greenville too, right? She performed
hmm
with like you're on stage. Yeah.
oh, she was there that night. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay.
That's my
Oh,
heart.
nice. That's beautiful. How you have like friends who support you, love you, your journey, and they push you to do this. And I'm so happy that she did because you have an audience. You have an audience. You have people who love you, support you, want to see more of you. Because honestly, I'm ready to see you perform more, to be honest. Like I want to go to the
Man, I'm
show. I want to
definitely
be
I'm
at the
so
front. I want
excited.
to be like, go.
That's the
Go turning up. Like
I
I
love
really
y'all.
want to
Those
see.
are my happiest days, getting to interact and like meet people that fuck with me. Like, cause I fuck with y'all just as heavy as y'all fuck with me. Cause like I said, I wouldn't even be doing this shit if it wasn't for people like y'all who would just
Yeah.
always like, yeah, you hard, keep going. I'm like, all right, shoot. Why
Thank
not?
you. So now I'm excited about the next project. Can you like tell us more about that? What are we
Yes,
to expect with that?
finally, so I can't take my shirt off because I just put it on. But I just got a tattoo in honor of this album. But I got two angels on my shoulder. One is falling, and this album is called Finding Swank because, like I was saying before, it's just like it goes a little more in depth in regards to like my journey, how I ended up here, why I'm here, and why I plan to stay. So like
Mm.
my angels like symbolize like the guidance that I've had to receive along the way to get me in this position, and I just feel like it's no way to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like it can only go up from here. Like that's what's been happening from the beginning. It just keeps escalating and escalating. So like we just gonna go up and everybody that's been with me, like y'all on my wings, like we going up
Yeah.
together. For sure.
Consistency. You seem very determined. You seem very consistent, and you know what you want. And you work on yourself. I feel like you make a lot of time for stillness and to be in your head and explore your mind and
Yes.
yourself. And that's why you're always going to be good because you explore yourself and your mind. I feel like you reflect, you learn from yourself, your surroundings. Like whenever I see your post or anything that you put out into the universe, it has a certain type of energy that is felt. I feel I feel really good whenever you put out anything. But
don't make me cry.
your name though, so Swank, tell me the meaning behind your name.
Um, it's ironic. My current partner named me several years ago. Before I even started making music, I was just like, I don't know. I think I was kind of known just for my Instagram algorithm. When it first came out, I was taking it pretty serious. So I was like pulling from people like ASAP Rocky and whatnot. They
Mhm.
had a whole movement where they were saying Steez. They were saying Steez a lot. Steez this, Steez this. And in the meantime, like Lil B had everybody saying swag. I was like, man, I like Steez better. And along with Steez was Swank, like it was synonymous. So it all meant the same thing, like just the epitome of being cool, like all things that are cool, that's what Swank is. And then the goddess just got added on because like I'm blessed and I bless others. So
Yeah.
like that's they just stuck. Yeah, Swank goddess.
Oh wow. Okay. So, hmm, I want to ask. I want to ask some random. So, like, I want to ask like three random questions. Ellie, I want you to think of a question for
I have
Swank.
a question. I have a question. Let me go.
Wait. Well,
Uh,
first of all, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I have one they've been thinking about since you said it. I want to know. All right, I want to dip away from music for a second, and I want to know your acting. What inspires you? Who inspires you the most in acting? And what type of roles do you see yourself playing?
Hmm.
Really? I can see myself. Well, let me start. I'm gonna ask you a first question in order. Who inspires me most in acting? I would say on the younger tip, Zendaya, because I watched her, like basically grow up on the screen down there, and like that was very very cool to me because she was like one of the few stars that did that didn't have like anything nasty or like negative attached to their image or their persona, and I think that's very very important, like and very rare, especially coming from a company like Disney. Like she did that shit so like clean to me, and like I was like that's very inspiring. Like I would love to like not take a similar path because everybody got their own path or whatever, but I would love for that to be like the image. Like I don't want anything like negative or bad to be associated with my brand in
Hmm.
transition. But as far as roles that I would play, I feel like I could do like anything, to be honest. More so I'm really into horror movies, but I doubt that I would want to just like avidly only playing horror movies because I feel like that itself is like you're attaching too many energies to yourself in
Hmm.
transition. But I would rather be in like, like dramas, romantic comedies, or just like dry humor, like stick humor and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I would love that, like a black version of The Office or something like that. Like that'd be very cool for me. I feel like I could blend in. And I really want to get into voice acting too, like for cartoons and shit.
What?
I think that'd be dope.
The jack of many trades. You have so many talents, and I can see it. Like I see a bright future for yourself. So besides the music and also the acting, is there anything that you would also like to venture into eventually that you've never expressed to anyone? Well, but like besides friends and family, but that the audience may not know.
Yeah, I just enrolled in school to get my license to be an esthetician. That's,
Okay.
that's something.
Okay.
Just try,
You're doing
well, I'm trying.
everything.
I'm trying
Nothing.
to get paid.
Yeah, exactly right. Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you said that because I was so aggravated. I keep scratching my face. I just recently had a chemical peel. So yes,
What
that's
was
why I scratch
that?
my face every now and then like this. Everything's itching right now with the light and everything, but it's good. I'm good. And, we all need the
Oh,
chemical.
you got a new face under there. How did it feel? Did it hurt? Cause I
Yeah,
heard they
I
hurt.
mean, it doesn't hurt because the lady I have, she goes really slow. She does it in layers, and she takes like
Oh, okay.
months at a time to pull it. We never did the phlegm one where it's like I think that's what it's called. Well, that's a nickname I see it called, like phlegm, the phlegm mask, where it's like completely
Mm.
face get bruised.
Oh,
Um,
okay. That's the only kind I've ever seen, and it scared me. I was like, what
that's the one that
the
there's so much aftercare. You can't be in the sun. You can't
mm,
extreme light. You really can mess up everything. So like, and you have to constantly do your routine straight for like 6 to 8 weeks. So I wasn't really the lifestyle. You have to have a lifestyle you can do that.
mm,
To work in public and you have to do things. You can't do stuff like that. So
right.
Just
Oof,
take it.
it sounds rigorous.
I remember I got like a few years ago when I used to work at a bookstore. I remember I got a chemical peel, and I remember just talking to customers, and one day it was just peeling all over my face. I was like, "Oh my God, Mark,
And not your face
why
spelling
did
out.
you do this when you have to go to work and you're in people's faces and your face is peeling and they're probably like, what is happening?" But Ellie, I don't even see it or really pay
Yeah,
attention
you
to
really
it
can't
right
even
now.
tell.
Yeah, I know. I
That's
try
what
to.
hands on everyone. It's
The
different.
light one, so lightweight, it flakes over days. You don't get the flaking. It gets shiny and bright. That's why it's like solid right now. And
Okay.
it's 2, 3, 4 days, it starts cracking heavily. You
Yeah.
have to be careful. You can't pull it off either because, oof, obviously.
Oh God. Yeah.
Don't
So
pull
Swank,
Pick at it.
so with the esthetician, so there's like many layers between like hair, brows,
Mm.
waxing. What do you think is like your favorite as of right now?
I am going to specialize in brows specifically.
Ooh.
Eyebrows have always been my thing. My eyebrows, though, I don't really get to touch on other people's face. That was really my apprehension. But since I have started doing my makeup all these years ago, I've always had other people tell me to do their eyebrows. So like on the side, I don't like post about it or anything like that, but I do people's eyebrows for a very low charge because I'm not a professional. But they're always satisfied. So I figure why not actually get licensed and then, take it from there. So yeah, that's what I was gonna plan on specializing. Brow threading, waxing, things like that. I'll probably learn how to do lashes,
Mhm.
basic facials, and whatnot. I don't get too.
So one day we're probably gonna see you have like a whole location for
Little
a
for
little bit of
ears,
this, a little bit of that.
nothing, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna have me a little booth or something. I'll slide through. Get your
Yes.
brows done.
So, do you have like a dream location of where you want to live?
To live, yeah, for sure. I really, really love Houston.
Oh
I
wow.
really love Houston, Texas, and I'm gonna make my way out there sooner than later.
Okay. Houston.
Yeah,
uh,
that's the spot. I've ever been to Houston.
Yes. No, Houston's
That's,
dope.
it's a temporary plan, but didn't work out when it comes to work. I found work elsewhere.
you moved out there?
No, I was going to, but the job didn't go through.
Oh,
Getting it also in another city. So,
oh, fuck them. That's
Yeah.
all right.
It's okay. Everything, I
Mhm.
guess, just flows the way it has to flow in the moment, depending on where we are. So
Yeah,
that's what it is. But Swink, so the project, so it's called Find. What's the name of the new project?
finding Swank.
Finding Swink. So do we have a
Like
date?
I'm lost at sea. Yeah, it's like
Do we have a
I
release?
don't even speak it. Yes, the release date is 220,
220,
222.
222, 222.
I keep it consistent with the engine numbers. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. You already know I'm gonna be bumping it. Okay, so if you could talk to your inner child, your younger self, what would you tell your younger self with where you are right now in life?
With where I am right now, me talking to my younger
Hmm.
self. Well, every day I look in the mirror, I try to visualize and I'm talking to my younger self, and I just tell her it's gonna be okay. Like, I just, I'm just like, everything that you are worrying about that you're not even supposed to be worrying about as a kid, you still gonna be worrying about as an adult, but you're not as worried because you made this shit work. You feel me? Like, if you don't know nothing about yourself, you're gonna make some shit work. So you good. Like, everything that you are aspiring to be, you already are. You feel me? Like, just
Hmm.
keep going.
I feel that. So when you wake up every day and you're living your life and you interact with people of this human experience, what type of energy are you trying to project to the universe and to everyone around you? Like, how do you generally want people to feel when they cross paths with you?
Exactly how you said you felt in my show. I
Ah!
like to lead. Yes, I like to lead with love, and that's it. Like, if nobody takes anything away from being around me or talking to me or knowing me, it's like I just want them to be like, damn. Like I feel good. Like after having any type of interaction with me, it's very, very important for me that like I don't if I am hurting that I don't carry none of that hurt on me because it's other people that's out here hurting 50,
Mm,
100 times more than I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just super, 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 super blessed. And I like have to consistently remind myself of that because especially with everything that's going on now, like we are definitely being attacked in every which way. So like I try to keep my energy as consistent as possible. Like
mhm.
I try to stay upbeat. Like of course every day is not sunshine and rainbows, but goddamn, you would damn near think it was like fucking with me because I got it. You feel me? Like I feel
Mm,
like our mindset is everything, and everything that follows is a result of our mindset. So like as long as I'm like keeping myself upbeat and then having a positive outlook and optimistic about whatever is going on, I just can't see no. There's no failure. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way for shit to go wrong because even if it do go left, shit, we gonna get it right. You know, like that's just my mindset every day. And so when people talk to me, the energy that I want to leave them with is that they can, like you can.
mm. Thank you for
Yeah.
being you. I felt that. I felt that a lot. I remember after you got off the stage when I first met you at that show in Greenville, and I remember like going up to you just to say like, "Hey, I really like that," and you gave me a hug and everything, and I always remembered that, and that's what I love. I love when an artist, which you know, everyone has their days, so I don't really take a lot of stuff personal. But even if you were kind of like, like, hey, whatever, it went on about your
Like
business,
move.
but the fact that
Like
you
that.
hugged me, you still had this vibrant energy. It made me feel really good. And the fact that I genuinely loved your music. And that's why I was like, okay, I need your information because I need some more of you. But okay, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? I feel like it's a generic question, but I like to ask everyone this. With where you are right
5 years.
now, mentally.
Mm. Oh well, 5 years. Shit. The way my last 5 years been going, I ought to be in the penthouse somewhere. Hell, if the world not over 5 years from now, I see myself, sitting very nicely. Like I should be doing super, super, super well for myself. I'm still, I'm still growing. I'm still adapting like everybody else too. So if anything, I'll just have like 5 years more time of enlightenment on me, But I don't see myself like changing too much as far as like how I am fundamentally, if
Hmm.
that makes sense. But yeah, I just felt if anything, like I'll just be in a better position, like financially and things of that nature.
Ashe, I just saw 555 just now. But we want to thank you, Swing, for showing up today with us. Once again, we love you. We support you. We wish you the best here at Eline. We want nothing but the best for you. We hope that we can chat with you again soon, especially after we listen to this new project, which is
Yeah,
February the 22nd, 2023.
you hear me?
Yes. So thank you for showing up today here at the Eline Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Rose. We have Ellie and our special guest, Swink. Thank you so much, Swink. And until next time, everyone, just keep being beautiful, keep creating, keep spreading love, and just keep doing your thing and doing your best. All right.